Hello. This is Tuesday. Tuesday, week 13. Awakening awareness, self-realization, non-dual mindfulness. What a fucking adventure this has been. What a ride. I invite you to join me, taking a couple of deep breaths. Bringing ourselves, all of our parts into the present moment. Grounding ourselves right here, right now. Feeling your feet on the floor. Feeling your butt on the chair. Feeling the breath come in. Feeling the breath go out. Connecting to Holy Spirit. Connecting to the right mind. Connecting all this old stuff. To connect to all layers of heaven, all these saints. It's all part of the dream. It's just me, oneness, right? One Christ mind. So getting the wrong mind out of the way, getting the ego out of the way, getting the I know mind out of the way, getting the past and the present out of the way. The healer's prayer. I am here only to be truly helpful. I am here to represent him who sent me. I do not need to worry about what to say or what to do, because he who sent me will direct me. I am content to be wherever he wishes, knowing he goes there with me. I will be healed as I let him teach me to heal. We've had another major shift, a breakthrough, leaning in, trusting the process. This transformation artist has been on a journey of the lotus. She's transformed from rock bottom to limitlessness, hopelessness to awesomeness, limitless awesomeness. Self-realization, learning how powerful this mind is. First, learning how to heal the body, this apparent illusory body, quite successfully. Now working on healing the mind, learning that it's all about healing the mind. It was always about healing the mind. And healing the mind really the way we do this, according to Jesus through A Course in Miracles, we quite simply look without judgment. We have a split mind. The decision maker can choose the right mind or the wrong mind, the Holy Spirit or the ego. Where's that note I wrote today? Hold on. So when we heal the mind, we heal everything because everything is in the mind. So we have the decision maker gets to choose the Holy Spirit or the ego as we watch the movie. The ego, the insane voice talking to itself, the wrong mind, is always seeking and resisting. It's the personality. Keith Kavanaugh said today that the reason that we all seemingly have different personalities is because we're seeking and resisting in different ways. So the ego seeks and resists, and the Holy Spirit allows and welcomes. Should just change that to the Holy Spirit allows and looks without judgment. So the way that we heal is through forgiveness. And forgiveness is still and quietly does nothing. It merely looks and waits and judges not. So we unwind the guilt by pulling back the projection, recognizing what's going on, and just looking at it without judgment. Whatever it is, when I catch myself identifying as the ego, the one that seeks and resists and suffers, and I just look at that without judgment. I forgive. It's all about forgiveness. Forgiveness is my only function here. Watching. Non-dual mindfulness. That's what this is. Waking up. Self-realization. Non-dual mindfulness creates self-realization. Looking at and exploring the nature of self, the nature of reality, i.e. the nature of the mind. What a journey that is, the inward journey, the one that we're all terrified to take. Looking in the mirror, I was talking today to somebody that the reason that seemingly most people aren't doing this deep work is because it's terrifying. It's fucking terrifying to look at the ego. Michael Singer, I remember the first time I read Untethered Soul. Michael Singer is a non-dualistic mindfulness teacher, teaching self-realization. A lot of them are. I wrote this note. This is from Sam Harris. I realized that there was a common thread here between Eckhart Tolle, Michael Singer, Mooji, Sam Harris. It's all non-dual mindfulness, self-realization. So Michael Singer in Untethered Soul, he invites us in like a I dare you sort of fashion to do the shower exercise, shower meditation exercise. He says, just look at what your mind does when you're in the shower. Because usually we're there for 10 minutes, maybe between 5 and 15. And just look. And he says, for the love of God, though, doesn't say it that way, but whatever you do, he said the biggest rule here, don't judge yourself. Because what you see will probably terrify you if you actually just look. This is why most people can't sit still, why they're constantly busy, why they're drinking, while they're smoking, while they're drugging, while they're fucking, while they're eating, while they're exercising, while they're working, while they're striving, terrified to sit still and look within. Because it's terrifying to look at the shadow side. But that's where the growth is. That's where the springboard is. At the bottom of the abyss, where you think you're drowning in. Yeah, non-dual mindfulness. Awareness. Self-realization through A Course in Miracles. It is that understanding who the dreamer of the dream is. That I am the dreamer of the dream and not the dreamed figure. So I am that which watches, not that which is being watched. All of these teachers are basically saying the same thing, whether it's secular or not. Same thing that Jesus is teaching through A Course in Miracles. Sam Harris doesn't say that we're one with God. He's an atheist. But he's talking about mindfulness and being one with everything, one with the universe. I don't know if he's talking oneness. I take that back. I haven't listened enough. But he talks about the power of mindfulness, self-realization. Oji said, if you really knew who you are, you couldn't suffer. If you really realized what you are, you could not suffer. And Jesus says that's because you are the awareness. You are the one Christ mind. We are asleep in heaven right now, dreaming of exile. That's me shaking my leg every time the screen goes like that. You know, that Keith Kavanaugh takes us through this practice, and it's basically he's showing you, he's bringing you into mindful awareness, self-awareness, self-realization, realizing that we are the awareness. And when we practice that, when we practice this mindfulness, we can see who we really are. So it's a decision, right? The decision maker gets to choose constantly, every millisecond of the day, apparently in this linear time frame. Ego, Holy Spirit, ego, Holy Spirit, ego, Holy Spirit. Suffering, peace, suffering, peace. Seeking and resisting, allowing and welcoming. When you're in it, it seems so complicated. And when you're out of it, it seems so simple. I was lost in the chaos. I had a shift, and I'm no longer lost in the chaos. I'm out of the chaos again. I'm no longer in the arena. I'm above the battleground. The arena is still there. The chaos is still there. But mindfulness, self-realization, is recognizing that I am not the shit show. I am not the shit show. That's the mind, the ego mind. That's the separate self, the illusory separate self, the insane voice, doing everything in its power to distract me from the truth. Reminder, reminder, reminder. And so we become sensitive to when I suffer. Am I at peace right now? Because if I'm not, it's because I'm choosing to identify as a separate self. And I fall back into oneness, present moment awareness, non-dual mindfulness, falling back into that peace. It's interesting that the language that we use, we fall back into peace, but we also rise up into peace. Rise up into the battleground, rise up into the theater. Michael Singer says we are up on the seat of awareness, which I see as like a pedestal, because you're looking down. You have a bird's eye view. You have a large view, a full picture view of what's going on. You're not just looking at a small chunk of the picture. So it's interesting, the language, fall back into peace, fall up into peace. Why do you do what you do? Because I seek peace and I want to share. There's a part of the book, the big blue book, that says to have peace, give peace. It says somewhere to have all, to have, give all to all. And then the second part is to have peace, teach peace. I know someone who was always saying in order to keep the miracle, he has to share it. I do have a very strong desire to share. It's interesting, I have such a strong impulse to hide and such a strong desire to share what I've learned. Back in the day when I was reading books on how to heal, I was so excited to share what I learned with everybody. Books on nutrition, that was the beginning of my journey. Food as medicine. Just wanted to share. So here I am wanting to share again, and yet being very leery and careful because Kenneth Wapnick said that when we catch ourselves evangelizing the Course, it always comes from ego. Seek not to change the world, seek instead to change your mind about the world. There is nobody outside of me to save, to rescue, to wake up, to heal. So there's an insane thought system there because there's so yes buts. There's so many yes buts. Because there are teachers out there. I have so much gratitude for the people the apparent bodies out there outside of me, the teachers that I've projected, that have been giving breadcrumbs that I've been following for a long time. Yeah, I don't know. I do know from that surrender moment. And I looked up and said, show me. If I need a guru, show me. And I continue to be willing to be shown. I keep asking, show me the way, show me the path, show me who I really am. Ask and ye shall receive. Look and ye shall find. There are beacons out there. This is why I'm recording these videos. This is a beacon to those who need it, to me who needs it right now. Looking at all of the twisted stories. Yeah, well, yeah, but this and yeah, but that, colliding, disagreeing, boring parts. Non-dual mindfulness. There's this really simple practice. It's deceptively simple. Can you count to 10 breaths? I've been practicing this. I joined Sam Harris's Waking Up app 3 days ago. I'm on day 3. So far, we're just doing this very simple, basic mindfulness practice of watching the breath from the very beginning to the very end, bringing all of your awareness to that breath. Counting to 10 of those. Can you get to 10? Can you concentrate on the breath long enough to get to 10? And it seems so deceptively easy. And guess what? It's not. It's not. It takes a lot of practice, a lot of focus to get to 10, especially in the beginning. And a lot of people find meditation so fucking uncomfortable because we sit to face ourselves, to face the mind. And we continually say to the mind, yes, but sit. Yes, and sit. I hear you, sit. Yes, but sit. Yes, and sit. It's a training. Mind training. That's what Jesus is teaching us. Keith Kavanaugh was asked if he meditates, and he says not formally, but yes, every day is meditation. Because meditation is just, there's several types. But meditation really is just focusing the mind, watching the mind. There's different forms of meditation, but really it's a single focus. And you can do that formally, or you can just make your life a meditation, where you're just constantly looking, watching, being aware, letting go, being present. I love the way Mooji does it when he comes into meditation. He says, okay, so the rule is just leave all your past stuff right there at the door. Just leave that there. You can pick it up when you go, but just leave it. Put it down. I love his accent. Put it down. I don't know if he was Jamaican and he went to India for a while and the accent kind of melded, or if I'm just hearing Jamaican because I think he looks like a black guy. I don't know, but I find his accent to be endearing. Put it down. Your stuff, the stories, the mind. Put it down. And so we're not to stop the mind from thinking. That's fucking impossible. The more you try to stop the mind from thinking, the more insane it gets. Don't fight the mind. It will fight back. You'll probably lose. Don't fight the mind. Watch it. Learn to look. Learn to detach. Looking without judgment. Non-dual mindfulness. And the quality of your life depends on the quality of your mind. There's this great meme. One side there's a guy, other side there's a horse. There's a guy and a horse walking together. The bubble above the guy says mind full, and his mind is full of shit. It's just full of stuff. It's full of his tasks and his past and his future and what he's thinking about and all of his feelings and thoughts and blah, 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 blah. It's just like this jumble full of weird, nasty stuff. And then the horse, the bubble above the horse says mind full with only one L. And it's just the beautiful blue sky, the scenery that they're in with this beautiful blue sky. He's not thinking about anything, he's just present. And so mindfulness is really learning how to empty your mind, and you do that by just watching it. As you recognize, as you become self-aware, you realize all that stuff is not you, it's not who you are. You stop paying attention to it, it's quieter. It becomes a non-thing. No thing, nothing. You tune away from it. You can tune into it. It gets really fucking loud. When you fight it, it's really loud. When you just watch it and detach, watch without judgment, it's really small. Like when you run from the demons, right? They're big, strong, scary monsters. If you can make yourself turn around and look at them, they disappear. Or they turn to mist or fog or little tiny puppies, or it just becomes a no thing, non-thing. Present moment awareness, shine the light on it. What a ride. What a journey from person to presence. Yeah, from the head to the heart. Some journeys say that, some traditions. 12 inches from the head to the heart is the longest journey. All of these different, even Rachel Jane, she was teaching me how to get out of my fucking head and into my heart, into my lower dantian, my middle dantian, out the upper dantian. It's all the same teaching. Yeah. When will you get it? Master Shah used to say, wake up, wake up. Because we just don't get it. We can't hear it. The ego is just so, making so much noise. We can't hear. And then we forget. We do hear, but then we forget. Willingness to keep going. The willingness to keep going. Yeah. Like 31 minutes. That's amazing. This journey is amazing. I'm amazed. I get to be in shock and awe again. Yeah. Journey of the Lotus. Phoenix Dragon Lotus, I've been calling myself. Butterfly needs to be in there too. Yeah. It's a process. It's an adventure. Do not try to bend the spoon. That is impossible. Instead, recognize truth. There is no spoon. Put that in your pipe and smoke it. How many times can you get to 10 breaths? Let me know in the comments. I love you.